Let's start with the 300 with a deep breath in. Today, most of it is standing asana itself. So we'll start with, since we are already sitting, we'll do a couple of pranayam and then go into the standing pose. Hands in the chin mudra. And then take the pranayam mudra. So 10 breathings on the left, 10 on the right. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So alternate inhale and exhale. Total of 10 counts. So back is straight. Very slow. The typical thumb rule is one count of inhale and 2 counts of exhale. So we start. Completely bring the focus on the breath. This is a part of the meditation also. It's a guided meditation. So keep the focus only on the breath that's going in. Track it as it goes in, and then track it as it goes out. So if your mind is going out of this thought, then please try to bring it back. Last three. Next, we'll stand up. So, so we'll start with the loosening and breathing exercise in the standing posture itself. So breathe in. Next is Navya Kriya. Exhale completely, and after your exhale, when the air is completely out of your body, flap the tummy in and out. Let's try for flapping it for 10 seconds and then see how it goes. Exhale. Flap. Exhale. Completely exhale. Navya Kriya. Flap. The next variation is um, pranayama again. Pranayama again in the standing posture. So raise your hands out, wide out. Exhale, and then bring the hands in. Inhale, and the hands go out. Next again, breathing practice is rotation of the neck. So inhale half circle and then exhale the second half circle. We'll do it 5 times. Make sure the breath is slow. Change the direction. Sit down. So the last part of the breathing exercise, there is a Shithali Pranayam. So 3 types of Shithali Pranayam. We'll do each of them 3 times. So roll your tongue forward and then inhale. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. The second is roll the tongue horizontally. Close it up. Next is Sadanti. Teeth together and inhale and then exhale through the nose. Door close. Correct. Next is standing, so we'll stand up. So we'll start with Ardha Chandrasana. So Ardha Chandrasana is hold your hands on the back, hip distance feet, and then push it, bend it backward from the lower waist. So the bend happens from the lower waist. If you feel giddy while performing this, please stop till we go to the next one. Next is the side. Just other. Slowly keep the body still. Last time, keep the body straight. You should see a stretch on the side. Next is kicks and punches. So we'll do 5 kicks on each side and then 5 punches on each side. We'll start with the right leg. So the kick is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong, powerful first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And punches again, alternate sides, so 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3. Next is it's more of balancing poses. So before we go there, we will do Ardha Kati Chakrasana, complete Ardha Kati Chakrasana. So stand with the toes together and then raise your left hand to start with. Touch the shoulders to the ears and then bend on the side. Ears are always touching the shoulder. If possible, touch the other hand to your knee, side of it. Opposite. No, touch your ears. That's not. Next is the next two asanas are mind asanas. Let's start with Garudasana. So Garudasana is leg goes forward, gets twisted and then locks, and then opposite hand lock. Opposite leg. Next is Natarajasana. So Natarajasana is the Shiva pose. It's one of the toughest asanas. So hip distance straight. Raise one leg and hold it. Hold your ankle. Hold this. We'll do it one more time. Try to bend this knee a bit. It's a very good stretch to the entire back. Any questions still here, or is it going fine? Any questions still here, or is it going fine?
Yeah, it's going fine, Prabhat Joshi.
Okay. Next, then we'll go with the variations in Padhastasana. So once you stand up, feet together. Inhale, go, exhale, back is straight. Try to go as down as possible. Knees should be straight. Hang yourself down. Stay there. However low you can go. Go. Just hang yourself down. Keep feet hip distance apart so that you get that stability. This asana gives a lot of stretch to the body. If your hands are already touching the ground, try to hold them. It pumps a lot of blood supply to the brain, making us more sharper. Slowly look up and then take your hands down. Touch the hands completely on the feet. Knees are straight. Knees are rock straight. And then hands touching the feet. Now hold the toes. Pull the hands down and look up. Try to pull your body up while your hands are getting pulled down. Bend. Touch it. Bend. No. Knees are straight. And then next step is hands go beneath the feet. This is the true Baddhastasana. The neck automatically gets pulled down. Stay there. And then the next step is touching the forehead to the knee. So choose your way. I try to do it using the toes together. Just the reverse. Let's do the step cross. Next is the Trikonasana series. So let's do the Trikonasana. Spread the legs. Spread the legs comfortable distance, not way too off, way too wide, or way too close to. So comfortable distance. Bend forward, back straight, hands forward, looking at your hands. Now slowly walk your hands forward. Hands between your ear. This is the tripod position. Trikonasana. Next, bring it back. Both the hands still on the ground. Raise your left hand and twist your waist up and look back. Slowly bring your hand back. Other hand goes up. Look. Spread your legs further if you can. Okay. Do that and do it. Next, hold the toes. If you can't hold the toes, hold the knees. Keep the knees straight and then look down. Try to go behind. Next, we'll do variations in Trikonasana. That is the Parivrtta Trikonasana. So, again, spread the legs. Turn your right leg, point your right leg outward, and the left feet pointing forward. Twist your body from the waist. So start looking forward. Knees are straight. Now take your right hand and then bring it all the way down and then look up. Knees are straight. back up, twist, other way around. The left feet points outward, the right points forward, body is twisted, left hand goes down, and look up. Next it is the complete perimeter of Trikonasana. Since we are already left feet is pointed, we will move our right hand and keep it next to the left hand and raise the left hand. So right hand goes, body twists and goes next to it and look up. Right feet get twisted, left feet pointing, body twisted, left hand goes in, touches next to the right and then look up. So this is the complete Trikonasana series. Next is we did three. We will do the Samakonasana and then Vikonasana. So to start with Samakonasana, feet together, toes together, make yourself comfortable, straight line. Inhale. As you exhale, keep the back straight, and then come forward. Back is straight. Make a 90-degree here, and then hands folded inside. Looking forward. This is a perfect 90-degree. Knees are straight. You can feel the stretch in the lower back. If you're doing it the right way, next we'll go to the Vikonasana. So in this posture, raise your hands up and then create ideally 90 degrees. Next we'll do Tadasana, and then finally as a part of fitness, yesterday we did Surya Namaskar, today we'll do Chandra Namaskar. So we'll start with Tadasana. Chandra Namaskar is the last, but we'll go with Tadasana. Feet together, toes together, standing straight, body straight, hands go up. Normal breathing, knees toes touches each other, thighs touch, ears are being touched by your shoulders, and then up. Normal breathing, pull your body up. You feel that you're starting to wobble. So even if your body is wobbling, let it wobble, but try to balance it. You don't move your legs. One more time. Pull it up. Now, next is uh, Tadasana itself, but again in a different pose. So twist your feet and then twist your hands, try to balance. Put the other leg forward. Try to keep the legs together because that's the essence of Tadasana. And then other feet. The feet is still twisted. If possible, bend forward and then hold the toes. Twist the hand and hold the toes. Right hand goes on the left, right? Left hand goes on the left. Reach together. Try to pull yourself all the way down. Next is Akarva Dharurasana. So it has to be done in seated position. So one leg is forward, left leg is forward. Hold the right leg, right feet. Bring the toe onto your ears with your right hand. Left hand goes and touches the feet. So hold it from the bottom. It gives you a good push. Touch. Opposite. Hold it. Grasp the hand correctly. It's again today is all standing. So we'll do one more and then we'll do the mukha. So stand up. Hold the feet. Hold the toes. Spread it. It is a Angushtasana. Hold it. Stretch and then look. The ideal second variation in this is hold the toes and then try to bring it forward as you have extended your arms. Try to move the legs forward. Next is Mukha. So hands on the knees and then breathe fast. Complete belly waist breathing. It gives you enough supply of oxygen so that your tiredness goes out. Tiredness is nothing but lack of supply of oxygen. Next is we have Virabhadrasana, Vrikshasana. So we'll go with the Vrikshasana first, and then we'll go with the Virabhadrasana. So Vrikshasana is so the ideal way is raising all the way up. We'll go to the final pose, making yourself comfortable wherever you are. The ideal pose is the feet goes all the way into the thighs. focus on a very far point. Close it. Next is the Virabhadrasana series. Spread your legs. The first series is point the feet, right feet outward, left feet looking straight, and then twist your body. Twist your body completely on the right side. Hands up, and then bend it from the waist and the chest. So the waist, the chest gets pushed, and then looking at the hands. Pose it. There's a second variation in the Virabhadrasana where the hands get stretched. Let's do that. Right feet goes out, left feet straight, body is twisted, hands out. While we are here, we'll also do the Konasana. Twist the leg. We're almost done with 45 minutes. I think we'll have to wrap up. Okay, we'll do Chandra Namaskar later. So let's go to Shavasana. Spread your legs, hands. Relax completely. Bring your consciousness back. Comfortable, eyes closed. That's it. Hands in pranam position. Sarvabhavantu Sukhi. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Any feedback or any suggestions? Okay. So we'll take a break for tomorrow because we already done twice today. So we'll take a break tomorrow and then again resume it today's on Thursday, because every day doing same exercise pattern will not really help. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. Thanks everyone.